I actually started out in CrossFit. So I just did that as a way of trying to get fit, a little bit of exercise, changing my routine because I'm not an exercise person. It was actually during one of the Olympic lifting classes that the trainer said to me, I think I was doing Grace. She said, I've never seen anyone do it as fast as you have and make it look really easy. You need to go into sort of strength sports. And I was like, really? So I actually just did a little bit of research and found Britain's Strongest Woman. And I actually entered myself into that competition with, I had no idea what a yoke was, no idea what a log was, but I knew I could do the deadlift. Found a coach. He got me through the first couple of weeks, actually suggested I did a small competition first. So I went into a local competition, which was another qualifier, and I came first after 2 weeks of training. So I was still doing CrossFit and Strongwoman for about 2-3 months. It doesn't mix very well. It doesn't work very well. So I had to make a decision and I chose Strongwoman. I feel like I've been around a little bit now because there are so many girls, so many women that are involved in the sport who are very fresh and very agile and make it look really easy. And, I'm 5 years down the line thinking, I'm impressed. I'm impressed by the level of athletes that are coming through now. I'm all for the women, I'm an advocate to get women involved in the sport or just any sport itself. I might leave it to the young ones to do the 3-day competitions. I quite enjoy doing like one record, one event, one record. Because I'd just done the deadlift at the Arnold in March, my body was actually still recovering and I didn't want to go in and do another deadlift. So I thought I'd focus on something else. The overhead, the log was the next best thing I knew I was really good at, just not very technically good. What many people don't realise is that I struggle with the clean. It's never really been heavy enough for me to be technically good at it. It's just been just about heavy enough for me to almost bicep clean it up to my chest. But when you get to the weights that I was trying to go for, the biceps won't hold on to that. So it was stripped right back to, empty logs, so 40 kilos I was going back to at the start of the program, and just working on that clean, getting right down into the squat and using, my chest and my belly to throw it up before I was actually allowed to put any weight back on the bar. It was a normal squat, overhead and deadlift program, but focused more heavier on the overhead. Lots of assistance work, holding the log to my chest and just gently dipping, because again, this was my weakness as I was coming forward. So lots of half squats with 200 pounds on my chest. And then towards the end, so the last sort of 3 or 4 weeks was overhead every day. So I became very, very shoulder heavy. Like my physique just changes, depending on what I'm doing. So at the time, my upper body just changed dramatically. I knew I didn't want to go for 130 because I think the actual previous record was 129.4. So when it converted into pounds, it was a whole number. For me to do 130 kilos was about 500 grams more than what Danny had done. And I was like, no one wants to break the record by 1 kilo. That's really boring. So I had 135 in my head. So I had to agree with Loz. If I broke the record and made it look easy and I still had energy left, then I could go for 135. So I'd got 4 lifts to do. And people are saying, oh, she got an extra lift, she got 5 lifts. But actually what you get is you get 60 seconds to do the lift and you get 2 attempts at 1 lift. So although I had 5, it was 2 attempts at the 135. But I messed up the first attempt. I knew I was going for 135, and the jump from 130 to 135 was actually really heavy, and I felt that a lot. And I rushed it and it didn't go to plan. So, but I still had another chance to go for it, and I knew what I wanted. I wasn't there just to break the record. I was there to take the record properly.